Are you also sometimes bored in Factorio and you are not sure what to build? Don't worry, because I will show you 64 things to do if you get bored in Factorio. Build a nice tank station that will refuel and restock your tank. You can also make one for your car. Are you seeing this screen of shame way too often? Then you should make your respawn point a nice place if you make your life brighter. To keep your mood on an equal level after a nice respawn, you should make the worst possible speakers sound. Just listen to this monstrosity. Or you know what? It's better to build a zoo. Just leave one biter nest or more if you want and build some gun turrets or lasers around. Now you can watch how they live or how they don't live and brainwash them with speakers. Yeah, the sound of a happy factory is right here. Burn an entire forest. Doesn't matter if you use a normal flamethrower or the tank version. Just do it and watch how the world becomes a space for the factory. Use concrete to build something different than pathways. Here is my avatar, Dr. Doof, and a happy face. But that's not all. You can also use belts and furnaces to build this beautiful Among Us. Obtain every item in the game. Yes, one burner miner, a few efficient modules, every type of concrete, and so on. If that's not challenging enough, you can collect one stack of every item or a whole chest. It's up to you. Design some blueprints. It doesn't matter for what exactly. It can be a better outpost, green circuit assemblers, a new labs design, or this. Okay, maybe not this. Just make something that looks neat and is easy to use. You will thank yourself later. Trust me, I am engineer. Since we have to keep balance in our universe, you have to build something diagonal at least once in your life. Go to the main menu and launch your oldest world. Look how your base style and design has changed over this time. I mean, I hope there is a plane to see different. Otherwise, you might evolve just backwards. Make music with speakers. It doesn't need to be something complicated like this beauty. It can be simple as a Ode to Joy by Beethoven. Subscribe to Drupen. 90% of people can be Don't look at this, just subscribe, please. Build fully beaconed production. Don't ask, just build it. You probably walk through walls in this way or that way. I'm not saying it's wrong, but what about building some doors for easier access? It will be useful one day. Since you already have a nice tank station and you know how to play music, what about making our music? Yeah, this anthem is copyright free because it's our anthem. If you usually run around like a headless chicken to find any necessary item, it's a clear sign that you need to build a proper mall. You can build a simple belt version, a complex one, or just go with a robot spaghetti. As long as you can craft useful stuff, it's fine. You probably still use boilers for power production. What about switching to uranium? It will be a lot of fun to build a whole nuclear plant. You will be happy every time when you look at it. Nuke this. It's a good idea to provide all necessary materials to your mall. This is why you should make a beautiful train hub that will receive tons of items. Don't take blueprints from the web. Build it yourself and make your family proud of you. I guess you are using belts to transfer stuff, and like a wise frog said, it's
disgusting. Far too easy. Cringe.
So what about using belts and cars? Or maybe tanks? Yeah, tanks sounds better. It's a good way to change your factory style. Use flamethrowers in an offensive way. You probably only use them as a defense, but you have to try pushing biter base in this way. That's a lot of fun.
That's crazy. Oh, wow. Oh my god, that's hard.
You should do something you are not supposed to do. This is an example, but you will probably come up with something better. Build a pickup area for all important items. Of course, it would make sense to build next to your mall, or you can just bring everything with trains. If you like, filter inserters. Separate robot system will also help with the speed. Redesign your starting base. It's probably a big clumsy mess, but with current technology, you can make it look beautiful with ease. Robots will take care of constructing and deconstructing. You are just responsible for the design. It can be hard, right? Build a solar farm. Energy from the sun is an awesome long-term solution because you are paying once for the manufacture, and after that you will have free energy for the rest of your days. Make a special loading and unloading station for solars, accumulators, and a few other important buildings. Solar power takes tons of space, so this is the most convenient way of transporting big quantities of necessary items to a construction construction site. It's good to make a blueprint out of this, because you will move the station from time to time. Now this is heavily occupied by friendly environmentalists, which send you from time to time a worm like a nuke diplomatic representatives. So you should kill the biter in every possible way. I mean, it doesn't need to be the same biter pacified over and over again. Just be creative and use your imagination to make this factory a better place for our assemblers. The tank is an awesome machine. This is why you should fill it up with nuclear fuel and drive to your own base. Your bots will rebuild all the damage and you will have tons of fun. If you want, you can even use your cannon with nice shells. Just be careful with chests, they are a bit expensive when they are full. Go to middle of your base and put away all of your items to the chest. Or if you play with hard natives, keep a few nukes and ammo with you. Now just go away and start your new base completely from scratch. It will be way easier with all of the science. If you don't want to start completely from scratch, you can always leave yourself a couple of bots and some assemblers to speed up the beginning. Trains in Factorio are used to transport goods from point B to point A, and so on. But have you thought about building a roller coaster in Factorio? Yeah, you can use curved rails to make some interesting races, which unfortunately aren't gonna be very effective. This looks like some weirdly placed concrete, but it's actually a race track for your car. You can build whatever shape you like and even add some obstacles like walls or flamethrowers to turn the heat up. Race with your friends to see who is the best driver in the world. You probably sent thousands of rockets at this point, but have you ever sent a rocket with fish inside? You should try it. People who don't use beacons are very reluctant to change it. If you're one of them, you have to build a fully beaconed lab. It's very simple construction that will show you how to make first step into beacons. Spiders in Factorio are very powerful. This is why you should make a Spidertron factory. Having as many of those Australian dogs as possible will allow you to expand your factory in a new, quicker way. They are expensive to produce, but building with them is just pure fun. You see, there is a train and here is a spider. You can easily connect them together using a remote. So now go and bind all of your trains to their new friends. You can also flip your screen for a full Australian immersion. Most Factorio players don't use circuits at all, and I'm guessing you're one of them. This is why you should make something that uses circuits. It can be something simple like those lights, or just build a raycasting engine. Build whatever you like and in no time you will be an expert in this field. A good factory is a polluted factory, but you can leave some space inside and sacrifice it to a zen garden. Few trees and a small lake will relax you before the next expansion. If you want, you can combine your zoo and garden to make a nice combo of relaxation. Have you ever run out of iron and you had no steel to build an outpost and extract more ore? Me neither, but better safe than sorry. Having an ore warehouse will allow you to make a buffer and stockpile ore just in case. You can use fully loaded trains or load everything to chest, but it's very inefficient in my opinion. If you're using a solar panels, then it's a good idea to make some backup power in case of a blackout. Otherwise, this might also happen to you.
What the f happened? Brownout? What do you mean?
So steam boilers with burn inserters and a small buffer will allow you to recover from bad times and make your factory stronger. You can also use your circuit skills to make this backup power works only when it's necessary. Achievements are a great way to change a usual form of Factorio and challenge yourself. For example, Lazy Engineer forces you to use assemblers in every crafting recipe and basically bans you a handcrafting. Or Mass Production Tree requires you to craft a little bit of green circuits. You should collect all of those achievements, and if you are pro, go and do it in a single run. Do something with lamps, like make them glow when a train is coming, or build a nice Santa Claus. If you don't like those ideas, just put lamps down more often to see what's going on in your factory during nights. Make a Spidertron DJ. I know it looks like the most stupid thing ever, but look at those moves. Isn't it cute? It's very easy to build, so you should give it a try. Does your logistic network contain weird objects like 2 artillery shells when you don't even have artillery, or 5 pieces of copper ore? If so, then it's time to get rid of it. You can do it by setting a special requested chest that will suck all the trash from your factory. Then you just need to utilize it with Then you just need to utilize it with bullets. You can also use trash like yellow belts and use it for upgrades. Simple integration with one requested chest will be enough, but you can also go fancy. Your blueprints probably looks like mine, or even worse. You have to do something with that. It's time to clean up all of your blueprints and place them in order. Rename them to something meaningful. Use pictures to show what's inside and put them to well-described blueprints book. This way, you will speed up your building process by 45% or more, or less. I don't know, I've made up this number. It's time to make an ultimate wall. Expansion will be way easier if you prepare space for it. So, neutralize base outside of your pollution and build a wall that will stay for a very long time. If you think that you left enough space inside, just quadruple it and then build a wall. I am a fan of laser turret spam, but you can use whatever peacemaking machine you like. Stop walking. I mean, really, stop walking. From now, you are only allowed to use belts if you want to go somewhere. If it's late game, you are in a way better situation, because you can just stay in your base and use bots to do all the work. Not all buildings in your factory have to be productive, so why not build a museum with cars, tanks, and spider-trons? Build a nice wall around, put a fancy carpet inside and prepare stands for machines. It's up to you how you're gonna fill this building. Remember that you can change the color of your vehicles by changing the color of your little engineer. If you aren't bound to your current world, you should try different Factorio modes. For example, Transport Belt Madness is a nice puzzle where you have to connect input with output. Tight Spot forces you to think outside the box, and the team production requires friends, so I don't know what it's about. Talking about friends, have you ever tried a Factorio multiplayer? If not, you should change it right now. Try inviting your friends to the game. Use my Discord to find companion or join a public game, because it's a unique experience. Like my friend Ambiguous Amphibian said, playing Factorio with other players is more like sharing a brain with other people than playing a game, and it's golfing experience. Or it was engulfing experience? Okay, golfing is close enough. Sushi belts in Factorio are belts with multiple different items on it. Here is an example with all the science packs from the game. Or here is a pure mess. Have you ever tried to make one? If not, then you have to build it. You can use simple balancers to mix all the items, or use circuits if you are good with them. Biter Battle is a game mode that turns Factorio in a PvP game. Your goal will be to survive longer than your enemy. Here, science is used to send deadly attacks to the other side of the river. This game mode is almost always hosted as a Factorio public game. You just have to test it out. Do you have enough iron? No, you do not. But instead of guessing, what about building a special light indicator that will show you how much iron is left in your system? With minimum circuit knowledge, you can build this beauty. You don't need to stop at one resource. You can build as many as you want. Patch 1.1.40 add a new feature that makes a list of, or you know what? Don't test it. Pollution is an inherent component of Factorio. To celebrate progress in your factory, build a huge pollution machine to pay homage to the Factorio gods. Steam boilers, furnaces, and burner miners should do the job. You can also keep a few biters inside just to make them absorb your gift. As a Factorio player, you know how to build. But do you know how to build fast? After some time practicing, you will build your factories at the speed of light, and you will be able to impress your friends by galloping to the early game.
Wait, how did you do that so fast? How do you, I'm not even gonna ask, just you keep doing your wizard magic.
Biter Battle is one of the most popular scenarios, but there is way more to choose from. For example, this is a mountain forest from Comfy, Crash Site from Red Meow, or Chrono Train once more from Comfy. It's only the tip of the iceberg. I'm sure you will find something for yourself. You already have an item display similar to mine, or you took more advanced one from some sketchy website. Doesn't matter. Now it's time to build another one for power. Make a nice display, set good logic, and connect it to accumulators. Make it change color depending on your current power situation. It's a nice looking feature to improve your base a little bit. This is you running. This is you running on concrete, or even concrete and belts, but you can go way faster by making a second power armor that contains only power legs and something to power them up. By keeping 2 armors in your inventory, you can easily switch them to have utility with roboports and mobility with the running armor. Talking about armors, it happens from time to time that biters are stronger than you thought, and in this case it's pretty hard to get your precious items back. This is why you should prepare a rescue kit, armor, ammunition, tank, and so on. You probably think that a death to Biter is not gonna happen to you, but better safe than sorry. The modding community in Factorio is pretty great, and if you've never played with overhauled mods like Space Exploration, Crastorio, or other big modification, you should change it as soon as possible. Factorio with those mods feels like a completely different game, of course in a good way. Just be careful when installing other mods, because they might not be compatible, or forget about it. Just go to the mod menu and select all the mods that you like or those that look interesting to you. If some mod doesn't fit your gameplay, you can always uninstall it. According to my brief calculation, there are at least 4,000 mods that you can install, so there must be something for you. But if you want to stick to a vanilla game and still have some challenge, what about speedrunning the game? Your first time won't be very successful, but over time you'll improve by having tons of fun. I guess tons of fun. Before the last thing, I just want to thank my patrons for supporting me. Thank you guys. And the last thing is kill your engineer in the dumbest way possible.